Yo, what up, Tara? Oh man, I ain't even gonna lie, yo. I might not even paint this stream. Just probably kick it for a minute. I need to twist my hair. Just washed it. Now it's all fluffy and fuzzy. But I think I'm gonna smoke and I'm gonna drink. And then I'll go downstairs and do my hair. And then tomorrow, I wanna work on this. I ain't even really doing that, but just painting the edges of this. Cause this blue is still a little wet for me to go over that tattoo. Yeah, it's pulling paint off of there. I might give that another day to dry. I thought I thinned that paint out enough where it would probably dry overnight, but I guess not. So I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, look, man, I hate when I don't know, when I have to twist my hair back, cause I don't know, it's so funny looking. I keep playing with the idea of cutting these things off and see if I can get my waves back. You know I like them waves. Yeah, it takes so long to do this sometimes, I swear. Oh well, the struggle is real, son. I'm trying to tell you. If you got dreads, the struggle is real. So what your boy has here is a da-da-da-dan, a Heineken. Who likes Heineken? I like Heineken. Who has a bottle opener? Anyone? No one? Fuck it. How's there no bottle opener here? Well, oh, it was hiding. Man. You know, I'm not afraid of the dark. I don't believe in monsters. But I am going to close that closet door. Not because it creeps me out just being cracked open and it's really dark in there. I'm not worrying about that at all. It's just visually unappealing with the door open. So let me just close that. Hey, little monsters. There's no monsters in there. Ah, Real Monsters.
Connected to
iPhone. You remember that show? Real Monsters? That was the jam. Want to listen to real quick? And it doesn't want to play. It's an X button.
start by giving what may be to many of you a new definition of the word myth. As normally used, the word myth means an idle tale, a fable, a falsehood, or an idea that's out of date, something untrue. But there is another, older and stricter use of the word myth, whereby it doesn't mean something untrue, but it means an image in terms of which people make sense of life and of the world. Supposing, for example, you don't understand the technicalities of electricity, and somebody wants to explain them to you. He wants to explain about the flow of currents. Well, to do that, he compares electricity with water. And because you understand water, you get some idea about the behavior of electricity. Or if an astronomer wants to explain to you what he means by expanding space, he'll use the metaphor of a balloon, a black balloon with white spots on it. The white spots represent the galaxies. And then if you blow up the balloon, they all get further away from each other at the same speed as the balloon blows up. In neither case are we saying that electricity is water or that the universe is a balloon with white spots on it. We're saying it's something like it. And so in the same way, the human being has always used images to represent his deepest ideas of how the universe works and what man's place in it is. And tonight I'm going to discuss certain aspects of two of the greatest myths in this sense of the word, which have influenced mankind's thinking. First of all, the myth of the universe as an artifact, as something made, as a carpenter makes tables, chairs, and houses, or as a potter makes pots, or as a sculptor makes figurines. And on the other hand,
I gotta text it to my homie real quick. I think he'll like some of this. Yo, what's good? What's up? You know what? It's just me and you. Just chilling. Go back. No, not to that. Go back to the... Oh my God, yo, YouTube sucks now. Well, at least this app does. I don't get it.
In Buddhist theory, the cause of our phony sense of identity is called avidya, and that means ignorance. Although it's better to pronounce it ignorance. Having a deluded sense of identity, and on the other hand, the image of the world as a drama, in which all the things in the world are not made, but acted in the same way as a player acts parts. For these are the two great images which govern respectively the religions of the West, descending from Hebraism, that is to say, Hebraism itself, Christianity, and Islam, and on the other hand, the myth which governs those religions which have had their origin in India, most particularly Hinduism itself, and to a lesser extent Buddhism. I want to make it perfectly plain before I go any further that in talking about these two great religious traditions, in terms of images, I'm talking about the way they express themselves at a rather popular level. Sophisticated Christians and sophisticated Hindus think beyond images. For example, a Christian may think of God as the Father, but a sophisticated and educated Christian does not imagine that God is a cosmic male parent with a white beard sitting on a golden throne above the stars. Nor does a Hindu imagine literally that God is a super showman, the big actor. These images are what it is like, not what it is. And perhaps when I get through with discussing them, you'll be able to ask the question as to whether any of these images still make sense to us in this 20th century when we have a view of the world so powerfully shaped by Western science. Now let me begin then with a few things about the image of the world, and thus the image of man, as it comes to us from the Hebrew Bible.
Let me pause this Alan Watts for a minute, because this is something I have been consciously trying to adhere to. So we use symbols and symbolism to express bigger concepts and ideas, and so we try to take a vast idea and compact it into smaller compartmentalized symbols or images. And now Pharaoh threw up the peace sign, and this is what people think peace is. When you say peace to someone, you say peace. Yeah, exactly. Blood and soil. Think about that. But this is not peace. This is peace. So literally when you want to say peace to somebody, it's two fingers together is peace. This right here is victory. Victory as in a defeat, as in a war campaign, and that's what this V is for, because our soldiers defeated the opposing army, and so we had victory. This doesn't mean peace. This is peace. It's two separate individuals coming together in harmony, in oneness. And so when you want to say peace to somebody, you do two fingers together and not separated. It's weird, but little things like that mean shit, yo. And it's because of small gestures and small symbols and symbolisms and the way we utilize the words, which for America is the English language, which deserves a whole, history lesson in itself. But the things we do, the way we speak, and our habits and patterns have been, and our actions help shape our reality. So, yes, like there's like a bunch of little shit like I try to consciously be aware of. Achoo! God bless you. Why? Why do you still say that? Why? What is that? Achoo! Oh, you're not gonna bless me? For what? For some natural bodily function? Your fucking nasal cavity got irritated from some dust or something, and so you have a reflex reaction to blow this foreign particles from your sinus area, and so you still believe that when you sneeze, your soul left your body And while your body is empty, there's a chance that some demonic spirit can jump in before you're just little things, and and it will shape the child. It will shape the child, because our whole way of life is based on symbols. And so we need to, break down a bunch of traditional symbols and utilize different symbols and or come up with our own symbolisms. Exactly. Yeah. So, oh, bless you. Like, no, there's no evil souls and spirits in me. So I don't need you to bless me when I sneeze. You know what I'm saying? But then when I burp, cough, or fart, like, then what? Oh, that was my spirit. You don't bless me when I fart. What the fuck? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand that shit. It's weird as hell. Peace. You know what I'm saying? Not all demons are evil. Hmm.
It's said in the book of Genesis that the Lord God created man out of the dust of the earth, as if he had made of Adam a clay figurine. And then he blew the breath of life into its nostrils, and the figurine became alive. And it said that the figurine was made in the image of God, who is conceived in this particular image as personal, as a living, intelligent spirit, creates in man something like that. But you must note very definitely that this is a creation, as the potter makes a pot out of clay. For the creature that the Lord God has made is not God. The creature is something less than God. Something like God, but not God. And you will see some very interesting consequences.
And see, I've never heard this lecture. That's why I've been listening to a lot of them. I'm actually gonna listen to more of his lectures without the chill step music in the back. But I agree with a lot of stuff he says. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I come to my own conclusion about God of the Bible. It's too personified. Like, it's you they the Hebrew Bible really personifies God and give him all these human characteristics. And for some reason, just forever to me, that seemed like bullshit. It's just like there's no, oh, because Satan wanted to put his throne higher than God's throne, so he cast him out of heaven. And it's like you're imagining some dude sitting on the throne and like some other dude, and they're just like beefing with each other. It's like this shit don't fucking this shit don't even sound real. Like what the fuck, yeah, like. But I don't know. The God of the Bible is too personified, and then there is some. I don't know. I guess it's some uh, Indian, tale or something says the white man came with the Bible and tried to give it to some native, African or Indian or whatever, and they said, well, what is this? And he says it's our book about our God. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, this book tells you about our God. He's like, damn, if your God can fit in that, then that's not really a God. You know what I'm saying? Like, your God is in that book. My God is everything I see. Our God can't fit in that thing right there. So you can keep that. Yo, gaming, what up, man? No, he didn't say God is less than God. So what you gotta understand is we're all made of the same thing, the exact same thing. The God of the Bible is a personified deity that creates man. So the creator and the creation are not the same. It's not God is less. Man is less than God. Because God is the creator and man is the creation. But that's not how it is, because I'm equal with God. You're equal with God. We're all equal with the same consciousness, yo. But this guy talks about it a lot, and he's a European white dude who actually studied all kind of Buddhism. And I've never really studied Buddhism. I've read like pamphlets. I have one book called Religions of the World. I read through that, and it talks about everything. And then I have another book, Encyclopedia of Gods, 2100 deities, of the ancient world, and you can read through that in every culture. I mean, like Odin and Krishna, and there's like 3 or 4 fucking even the Egyptian horrors. There's like 3 or 4 different fucking Jesus stories thousands of years before Jesus, before that shit ever was even thought about. It's the exact same story. 12 disciples work miracles, bring people back from the dead, virgin birth, died, resurrected after 3 days. It's like that's an old ass fucking story, yo. Just like every other story we've heard over and over and over again, yo. But have I ever really studied, like got in depth with like that Buddha shit? Like, nah, not at all. But it seems like the more I listen to them, these are already concepts and ideas that I've come to conclusions on my own just after all the research. Is like, you know what I'm saying? Christianity is fraudulent, yo, and the original foundation of any religion comes from the spiritual system of ancient Africa that was not a religion. It was a way of life, and it's completely different. And so, other factions came in and tried to understand this spiritual system, but they really couldn't understand it, so they called it like the mystery schools, because it was a mystery to them. Like, these motherfuckers seemed like it was working magic. What the fuck is that? Can we get in? Like, nah, y'all can't. Y'all ain't ready for this shit. So it was a mystery to them. So that's all they called that shit. The mystery schools. But that's the foundation of all religions. For real, for real. Once you do the research on it, and then like if you really just research the fucking Bible, man, that shit is crazy, yo. Like, the foundations of the Bible is crazy. All you gotta do is look up 325 AD, and then look up motherfucking Josephus Flavian, and then it's like, what the hell? Like, come on, really? But, people still persist, and people still believe this shit, yo. Islam is, another religion, yeah. Is I don't know, like, I really admired Malcolm X and his writings and his teachings, you know what I'm saying, and what he did for the black Muslims in the Nation of Islam was some religious shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that. I don't know. I think once you start classifying a religion, you're boxed. You're putting yourself in a box. You're saying that I'm this and I'm not that. I follow these teachings, but not those teachings. And that's what any religion does. But that's the thing, though. Like Buddhism really isn't like a religion per se. And there's a lot of other spiritual systems out there that wouldn't be, you know, categorized as a religion. But like the major religions, they have been used as control systems for fucking centuries now, and that's all it is still control system, because religion was the government for a very long time. And, you know, and they had these elaborate tales. Ooh, finesse that thing, boy. I'll be finessing that. But man, the more you do research, yo, the more books you read, the more you'll come to the conclusion that there is only one consciousness ever, and we're all a part of that consciousness. We are everything, and everything is us, you know? Everything is us, yo. There's one consciousness, and the consciousness, the infinite consciousness, divides itself to obtain and acquire experiences. You know what I'm saying? From France, that's what's up, yo. So I'm reaching people internationally. You know what I'm saying? But the one good analogy that I heard before about, you know, what is God, or, you know, what would you consider God to be? And I heard someone put it a certain way, and it seems the best way to explain it. That if you can imagine an ocean, an infinite ocean, just in the, you know, in the middle of the water, and all you can see is water, right? Yep. Infinite ocean. That ocean is the infinite consciousness of God, right? An ocean of God. Now, let's say there's a little eyedropper comes along and dips down in the ocean and pulls up just one drop of water into this vessel, into this container, into this eyedropper is one drop of the water. Now, the drop of water is separated from the larger body of water, but it's still the exact same thing. It's the exact same water, except now is housed in this little vehicle, this little container, this shell that it's in, and it has been pulled and separated. So now it has a different perspective, a different viewpoint, a different vantage point, and it can sense different things now that it is inside of this eyedropper, but it's still the exact same water. It's not completely aware of the larger body of water, but it can kind of feel like, you know, I am a part of something, just don't know what. And then once that little air bubble on the eyedropper can't keep enough suction to keep the drop of water in there, it'll slowly drop out and splash back into the ocean. But nothing ever changed about the water itself. It just was that the vessel could no longer house or contain that one drop, and the one drop of water acquiring all the experiences and all the sounds and vision that it obtained while being in that vessel. When it went back in the ocean, it brought all those experiences with it. And that's God, and that's us. You know, I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it makes sense to me. I'm not Muslim. Not not Muslim. What is this Muslim and white people thing, man? What? You know, Catholicism and Christianity are some of the bloodiest, most hateful religions of all historically. If you look at their history and how they have risen to be, you know, some of the most popular religions. Why do you think that is so? Man, Christians converted people by the edge of the sword. Nigga, you gonna believe in Jesus or what? Who? The Christ. The Savior. Man, we worship Odin. Who? Odin, you know, the god Odin. You're dead. Oh shit. Holy shit. I saved it. It didn't break. Alright. That's why I buy these good canvases though. For shit like that. But yeah, it's like so many fucking different religions. Once again, as soon as you choose to claim one, you're boxing yourself off, bro. You're just gonna box yourself off. I had some Jehovah Witnesses come to my house, yo. Yo, oh yeah. No, trust me, dude. In this little studio, I do that all the time, yo. And my homie, like when he comes in here, he knocks down a painting every time. So I don't play around with the quality of these shit, yo. Like these canvases are fucking tough, bro. Let me just do that. Why don't I just secure the thing so it doesn't fall? But now I got paint on me. I'm gonna have to paint that over. It's good though. So what was I saying? I said, I lost my train of thought. Religion boxes you off. Damn, I was gonna make another point, but I don't know. I think that beer is starting to kick in. Oh yeah, art and education, yo. Art and education. You gotta have both of them. But like I say, I started listening to this dude, man, and I fucked with him, yo. Like he says some fucking cool ass shit. Yo, y'all gotta see my doobie. Oh my God, I'm tripping in here tonight, yo. I'm knocking down canvases. I put my doobie down somewhere I do not see this shit. Oh, there it is. Zen Buddhism is what he tries to teach. Zen Buddhism. Now, would I become a Zen Buddhist? But like he say, is like, you know, Buddhism ain't really a religion. You know, it's just like a spiritual system, you know what I'm saying? A way to motherfucking make you think about. And Christianity kills too. So what? Yo, American, the Christian nation. How many bombs have we dropped on people? Hiroshima, Nagasaki to start off? Huh? How many lives has Americans killed in the name of God, in the name of land and liberty and country? Because this is a Christian nation. We gotta go out and kill those bad guys to show them that killing is wrong. I'm gonna kill you first. It's called a preemptive strike. Because I think you're gonna try to kill me. So I'm gonna kill you first. All religions kill in the name of their religion. But you know what? You know what though? Islam. You know how hardcore they go with their shit? They'll kill themselves to kill you. I bet you won't get a bunch of kamikaze, goddamn American air pilots to do that shit. Yo, we need y'all to fly this plane into those terrorist bunkers. They ain't gonna do that shit. Go to heaven and everybody gonna be my brother and sister. But they do. They don't say kill yourself, but they do. You know what I'm saying? They will sacrifice themselves in the name of Allah. And chop off heads and all that good shit. And everybody go to war. You know what I'm saying? America and the Christians, they send all the young to war. Go ahead out there, soldiers. Go get them, boys. While all the old Christians sit back making money. You know, Halliburton, motherfucking Dynamics and all these other corporations building bombs and shit. Merchants of death. That's what Christians are. Merchants of death. Let's build these weapons, man. It's a holy war. It's a jihad. Come on, man. That's why I don't deal with any of them, yo. I'm not religious by any means. They all seem weird to me. I'm weird enough by my damn self. I don't need to be a weird ass, dread-headed artist who's a Christian fanatic or some Islamic dude or like da. I already got enough quirky shit in my damn personality as it is. Huh? Come on, man. You want me to be trying to convert people to goddamn some Hinduism or some shit? Get the fuck out of here, man. Think for your damn self, man. Shit, fuck that shit. Don't believe in the religion. Research the religion. When did it start? When was the first time the scriptures were printed? You know what I'm saying? Where did this shit originate from? Do that shit. Don't believe in the religion. Believe in the history.
Follow from this idea of the world as an artifact. What follows from it is that the whole universe is seen as a marvelous technical accomplishment. And if it is made, there must be an explanation of how it is made. And the whole history of Western thought has in many ways been an attempt to discover how the Creator did it. What were the principles? What were the laws laid down? What, in other words, was the blueprint that underlies this creation? And this image has therefore persisted throughout Western history and continues on into a time when very many people do not believe in Christianity or Judaism or Islam. They are, you might say, agnostics or atheists, but they still carry on something of this idea of the world as an artifact. If you are a Christian or a Jew, you believe that the world is the artifact, the creation of the intelligent spirit called God. But if in this culture you are an atheist or an agnostic, you believe that the world is an automatic machine without a creator, something which made itself. We might say then that our original model of the universe was the ceramic model. And the Bible is full of references to God as the potter, who makes the world out of obedient clay. But when Western thinkers in the 18th century began to drop the idea of a personal God, they kept the idea of the artifact. And so we could say that after the ceramic model of the universe, we got the fully automatic model. And still, you see, underlying our way of thinking about things is the question, how are they put together? And if you want to find out, one of the obvious ways to proceed is to take them to pieces. Everybody knows that if you want to find out how something is made, you unscrew the parts and see what the secret is inside the box. And so Western science in its beginnings took everything apart. It took animals apart, it took flowers apart, it took rocks apart. And then when they got it reduced to its tiniest pieces, they tried to find methods of taking those apart too, so that we could eventually discover what the very smallest small things were, and so know what building blocks the creator, or the fully automatic model, used in order to put it all together, hoping that that would lead us to an understanding of how life works. Man himself in all this was looked upon as a creation, something made. Only, there were some difficulties about this, because if you believe in the world in accordance with the idea of a fully automatic model, you've really got to admit that man too is fully automatic. In other words, he's a machine rather than a person. Man is something, in other words, that says, doffs its hat to you and says, how do you do? I'm a person, I'm alive, I'm sensible, I talk, I have feelings. Now you wonder, do you really? Or are you just an automaton? Am I real, or am I just an automaton? The general result of the Western image of man hasn't been quite that. What it's come down to, under the dispensation of the fully automatic model, is this. We are living beings, we're very sensitive, and inside the human skin, by an extraordinary fluke of nature, there has arisen something called reason. And there have also arisen values, such as love. But this was happened inside a fully automatic universe, which is stupid, because it's merely automatic. You won't, in other words, find anything really intelligent outside human skins. And therefore, if that is so, the only thing that people can do, if they want to maintain reason and love in this universe, is to fight nature and beat the stupid external world into submission to the human will. And so the war against nature is the great project thus far of Western technology. Because you see, each one of us, because we have inherited from thought,
Man, machine, does he debunk God? It makes sense though. And that's what, so the harder we try to figure out what God is, the further we get away from realizing that we're God. And the things that we are capable of doing, we don't realize it's possible. So we use machines and technology to try to amplify the physical form instead of amplifying the spiritual consciousness. And so man machines because he debunked God. There is no God. God is in the atoms. God is in the supreme mathematics. It's an equation. It's an automatic system that just functions. That's not how it works. Martinez creates life. This is true. This is true. But this shit is complex, man. These are complex questions and quandaries we have right here, man. This is getting into theology, man, and philosophy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a philosopher, but I like to listen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to philosophize, but I can speak on some shit. You know what I'm saying? So how is God debunked? Well, that's the whole thing, yo. With if you Western man has conquered the world. They have conquered language. They have conquered the ability to name, label, and categorize. And they have conquered the creation of science. So, if you can't weigh it or measure it, then it's not there. Right? Is that not debunking God? Because we believe in science now. Everything is science. Do they teach you God in school? Not unless you go to some religious school based from a church. If you go to everyday regular schools, it's not God. It's science. And they teach you fucking intelligent design or evolution because it's science. You know what I'm saying? Natural selection, all that good shit, science. It's debunking God. And what is the Big Bang? You know, what was that? That's just, you know, once again, the European mind trying to explain in their language creation. A box. Very, very limited. You know? When there was beliefs of creation, you know, a millennium before the Big Bang Theory. But we debunked all that shit now because we got science. Of course, there's no heaven, bro. Once again, heaven. We're speaking English, right? You're speaking in English. I can read exactly what you're saying. This is the English language, the European language. One small group of people's way to explain what they thought. You know what I'm saying? Thousands of years after it has already been explained what it truly is. And now we use this one system, this one context to try to explain everything away. It doesn't work. Alan Watt is telling you, like, look, go back to the ancient motherfucking Chinese Buddhist ways. Think like that. That's better than modern day fucking Christianity. And that's a European man saying that shit. Like, look, man, we missed the whole fucking point. And he says it all the time. Western culture. That means white. For people who don't realize, if someone says Western culture, it means European or white culture. Basically. White culture is what it is. And he keeps saying, like, we have it wrong. We got it wrong. You don't understand. We are thinking the wrong way. Look at what they were teaching thousands of years before we ever got a hold to that shit. We're speaking English, right? So that means the language alone, because I only speak one language. You know, I'm not going to try to limit you. I don't know how many languages you speak, but language alone is a limitation. Period. There's words in, Japanese that cannot be translated into Spanish. There is no translation for it. You can kind of maybe try to find a substitute, but not really. You know, there's words in Arabic that cannot be translated into German. It's just because it's a mentality of a way of a group of people think. So yeah, you're not English, but we're speaking English. And so using the English language already limits you to the way you can express a fucking thought. Has there ever been a period of nothingness? Can you imagine nothingness? You can't even imagine nothingness, because when you imagine nothingness, you're imagining, oh, there's nothing there, it's black, but that's something. You know what I'm saying? You're imagining something, trying to imagine nothing. No one can even barely conceive nothingness. You know what I'm saying? That's why these monks motherfucking meditate for 70 something or whatever hours, you know what I'm saying? Trying to reach nirvana. I translate for you. Plus and minus. Okay. Huh? You're saying weird stuff now, dude. What? Yeah. And you have to have something to compare it to, right? And you have to try to imagine nothingness, which is still you're something. You don't get it. See, that's how limited you are. You're not going to get that part.
Thousands of years of history, a view of man as something made, and almost of a sort of breath breathed into a pot of clay, or an image of clay. A kind of, each one feels himself as a globule of consciousness or mind, living inside a vehicle called my body. And since the world outside that body is stupid, we feel estranged from the world. When we find out how enormous the universe is, that makes us as individuals feel extremely unimportant and rather lonely. Because you see, we consider ourselves, our basic image of ourselves, is of a soul, or an ego, or a mind, all by itself in its little house, looking out at a world that is strange and that is not real. I am therefore a brief interval of consciousness between the darkness and the darkness. And that isn't too happy. I would like to be able to believe that it was more than that. If I could, so many of us say, if I could only still believe that there is an intelligent and eternal God in whose eyes I am important and who has the power to enable me to live forever, that would be very nice. But for many people, that's an extraordinarily difficult thing to believe. Now I want to contrast this image of the world with another, what I call the dramatic image as distinct from the image of the potter, or the ceramic image. And this will be the presiding image of Hinduism. Their idea is this, that God didn't make the world like a technologist, but he acted it. That is to say, every person, and everything for that matter, every tree, every flower, every animal, every star, every rock, every grain of dust, is a role or part which the Godhead is playing. You must understand, of course, that the Hindu image of God is a little bit different from the Jewish, the Christian, and the Islamic. When I was a little boy, I used to ask my mother interminable questions. And when she got sick of it, she said, "My dear, there are some things in this life that we're just not meant to know." Well, I said, "Will we ever know?" She said, "Yes. If you die and then go to heaven, God will explain it all." And so I used to hope that on wet afternoons in heaven, we would all be able to sit round the throne of grace and say to the Lord, "Why did you do this and why did you do that?" And he would explain. Every child in the West asks his mother, "How was I made?" And nobody knows, but they know that perhaps somebody does, and that will be God, and he'll be able to explain. Likewise, if anybody gets mentally deranged and claims to be God, we always humor such people by asking them technical questions. How did you make the world in 6 days? Or if you're God, why couldn't you change this plate into a rabbit? But that is because in our popular image of God, God is the supreme technocrat. He knows all the answers. He understands everything in detail and could tell you all about it. But the Hindus don't think of God that way. If you ask the Hindu God, "How did you create the human body?" he would say, "Look, he explained in words, because words are too clumsy. In words, I have to talk about things slowly. I have to string them out, because words..."
Damn, bro. And I said I ain't never listened to this lecture, but didn't I just say that, man, just because you can, I don't know, just verbalizing something and using words, it already loses its true context. Is that not what he's saying?
If you ask the Hindu God, "How did you create the human body?" he would say, "Look, I know how I did it, but it can't be explained in words, because words are too clumsy. In words, I have to talk about things slowly. I have to string them out, because words run in a line. And lines add up to books, and books add up to libraries. And if I explain to you how I made the human organism, it would take all eternity for me to tell you. Unfortunately for me, I don't have to understand things in words in order to make them happen. Nor do you. You don't have to understand in words how you breathe. You just breathe. You don't have to understand in words how to grow your hair, how to shape your bones, how to make your eyes blue or brown. You just do it. And somebody who does understand to some extent, maybe a physiologist, he can't do it any better than you can. So that, you see, is the Hindu idea of divine omnipotence. And that is why their images of the gods very often have many arms. You will often see the god Shiva with 10 arms, or the Buddhist Avalokiteshvara with 1,000 arms. And that is because their image of the divine is a sort of centipede. The centipede can move 100 legs without having to think about it. So Shiva can move 10 arms very dexterously without having to think about it. And you know what happened to the centipede when it stopped to think how to move 100 legs. It got all balled up. So in this way, the Hindus do not think of God as being a technician in the sense of having a verbal or mathematical understanding of how the world is created. It's done in a simpler way, just like that. Only if we had to describe the simple way in words, it would be very complicated. But God, in their idea, doesn't need to do so. But the remarkable difference is that the Hindu doesn't see any fundamental division between God and the world. The world is God at play. The world is God acting. think why there is a world at all, because if you think about it, it's extraordinarily odd that there is anything. It would have been much simpler and required a great deal less energy if there would have been nothing. But here it is. And why? Well, what would you do if you were gone? Or let me put it in a simpler way. Supposing that every night you could dream any dream you wanted to dream, what would you do? Well, first of all, I'm quite sure that most of us would dream all the marvelous things we wanted to happen. We would fulfill all our wishes. And we might go on that way for months. Besides, you could make it extraordinarily rich by wishing to dream 75 years in one night, full of glorious happenings. But after you had done that for a few months, you might begin to get a little tired of it. And you would say, what about an adventure tonight, in which something terribly exciting and rather dangerous is going to happen? But I'll know I'm dreaming, so it won't be too bad. And I'll wake up if it gets too serious. So you do that for a while. You rescue princesses in distress, and dragons, and all sorts of things. And then when you've done that for some time, you say, now let's go out a bit further. Let's forget it's a dream and have a real thrill. Ooh. But you know you'll wake up. And then you get, after you've done that for a while, you get more and more nerves until you sort of dare yourself as to how far out you can get. And you end up dreaming the sort of life you're living now. Now why am...
He's talking about Hinduism. I'm not sure if he does or doesn't know Islam well, but I don't think that's his main talking point. Like, he's speaking on Hinduism and Buddhism, I think, for the most part.
Why would one do that? The reason the Hindu would say is that the basic pulse of life, the basic motivation of existence, is what we call the game of hide and seek. Now you see it, now you don't. You see, everything's based on that, because all life is vibration, pulsing, light.
Been known for thousands of years. You know, vibrations is the key. Who has Ghost Recon Wildlands? Anybody has that game? Come on, guys, I want to go play Ghost Recon. Nobody has Ghost Recon? Oh, come on. No. What about the classic Battlefield 4? Anybody got this, yo? Come on, man. You got Battlefield 4, yo? I ain't that good on it, yo. I got like 2,000 hours and I still suck. But this game is the shit, yo. I love playing this game, yo. Nobody has Battlefield 4. Nobody has Ghost Recon Wildlands. Oh my god. Come on, guys. Y'all gotta step your shooter game up, yo. Battlefield 1, I'll play it. Like, I don't know, I really did like Battlefield 1 when it first came out, but now it's like, man, I'll go back playing Battlefield 4. Oh my god. This thing keep going out. No gamers? Dang. I'll check and see if my homie's online.
Is a pulsation of light darkness. Sound is a pulsation of sound.
Oh boy. Hey, bruh. Hey, we friends on PlayStation Network. Hey, bro, send me a friend request, man. Let's get on that Battlefield 4 for a minute, yo. What time is it? I gotta eat in a minute. I get hungry. Alright, it's 9 o'clock, yo. I can play the game for like an hour or so. You know what I'm saying? I like playing I already know you're gonna say Conquest, right? I know. I be on that hardcore team deathmatch, yo. It's something about that shit. That hardcore team deathmatch. I play that shit all the time. Yo, I used to hate that shit when Battlefield first came out, yo. I could not stand. All I did was play Conquest. And then I got alright, that's what it is, yo. But damn, and then I got with this fucking clan, yo. Oh yeah. I got with my clan, and the main thing we ran was fucking Rush. Yo, we'll run Rush for hours, yo. Rush. And then like after everybody stopped playing it for a while, and like, you know, the big numbers dropped off, and I was like, let me see what TDM is all about. Everybody be loving this team deathmatch, man. The maps be so small and the matches be so quick. You ain't got no vehicles and shit. But then I don't know, man. Like the last year, yo, probably that's the only thing I fucking play. Now unless my homies get online and want to play some Rush or some shit. What up? Oh, I'm gonna burn myself. What up, yo? Hey, bro, I'm about to get on that goddamn on that Battlefield. I don't know if I should play up here or go downstairs in the living room. I can smoke up here, yo. I don't really smoke downstairs, man. But this thing almost going anyway. I know. I guarantee you, my girl downstairs, she playing Elder Scrolls, yo. That's her shit, yo. We got 2 TVs and 2 PS4s in the living room, like catty corner in the corners, yo. Like she got all her little games set up, and I got my shit. But she be on that Elder Scrolls Online hard. So I go down there, turn the other PlayStation on, and get on that Battlefield on a bigger TV. This is a little small TV. That's the only thing I don't like about this one up here. But it gotta be small in the studio because there's barely any fucking room in here. I couldn't even put a bigger TV in here if I really wanted to. So it's corny shit. Man, I'm telling you, yo. I mean, I got a copy of it, but I don't know. It was something about it. I was actually pretty hyped, yo, because like I said, we got the 2 consoles, so a lot of games we do get his and hers. If it's online co-op or something like that, we get his and her copies of almost everything. But then it was like I don't know, like I had I missed all the previous fucking Elder Scrolls on the PC and shit, and then my first Elder Scrolls I played, I fell in love with that shit, yo. And then I got Skyrim for the PS3, and then I got Skyrim remastered for the PS4, and then when the Elder Scrolls Online came out, you got that shit. But then I was like, I don't know, just putting it online really didn't make it that much more exciting to me. Like I'll rather go play a shooter online instead of Elder Scrolls. I like this, just the story mode, just me and a fucking story on that shit, yo. All right, that's what it is, yo. But yeah, that ESO. But that's all I really been playing. I still play Battlefield 4 and been trying to find people to play Ghost Recon Wildlands, but nobody likes to play that shit the way I play. I want to be stealthy on that shit. Everybody want to just run a gun. Bang, 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 bang. Like, screw that shit. Anyway, guys, I think I am about to get off. I'm extremely hungry, but I'm going to get up early. See if I can finish this one up. I'm going to let that tattoo dry overnight. Give it a little bit of touch ups and some highlights on there. This is almost done. I'm gonna look around the edges again, make sure there are no like hollow spots in the paint on the edges, and then hopefully maybe tomorrow I can put my signature on this piece. I'm definitely gonna start working on this other commission tomorrow as well. So this underpainting is nice and dry. Yep. So it's nice and dry. It's ready to go. So tomorrow I can apply a second layer of paint to this canvas, and it really shouldn't take me as long as this one, since, well, I don't know, it might, because actually the faces are about the same size, and there's two of them on here. So, but that writing did take some time, and I actually may touch up the yellow. But other than that, it's looking good. So yeah, check me out tomorrow. Obviously, I'll post a stream for this and get that one going. So, let me grab put my Ojos on so I can see when I go downstairs. Because I sit so close to the TV up here, I don't really need them. And yeah, that's it. Alright guys, peace. Till next time. You are awesome. Everybody, thanks for stopping by and checking me out. I'ma holla.